Guys, welcome to the yard. Here's where we help baseball and softball players get better. Let me show you around the facility. So this is kind of our multi-purpose area. We've got a small open turf space. We use this for multiple things. We'll get our pitchers throwing their plyos into the pads here. Obviously got all of our weight room equipment over here. We've got a vertical jump mat. We've got 4 full squat racks, full slot of dumbbells here. We run the performance program here. This is where we really try and fill that lowest hole in the bucket for the athletes on strength, power, and speed. Those are going to be the 3 things that are going to help all athletes, perform better on the diamond. I think it's super important, so we've invested in weight room that we could possibly put in here to just help our athletes get better. One of the cool things about training at the yard, guys, is we really try and develop 3 key things for the athletes. We want them to have a growth mindset, for them to understand their traits are not fixed, that they can get better at them. The second one is elite work habits, understanding how to be consistent, how to show up, how to get your work in, high quality reps in whenever you get a chance. And then the third one is servant leadership, guys. The community here means everything to us. The athletes are all going to push each other. They're going to continue to develop relationships, develop passion for the game, push each other to compete. Those are the 3 things we really try and focus on here. A lot of the things that we're doing within the training programs are pushing athletes a little bit outside their comfort zone, but safe environment to fail, and we try and push them into productive failure. All right, guys, let me show you around the rest of the facility. So over here, guys, we've got cage 3. We've got our 2 pitching mounds over there. This is one of our full distance batting cages. We've got the L screens in here. We've got baseball, softball. We've got our hit tracks over here. Our screen monitor over there, so you're able to get real-time ball feedback on the batted balls. We've got a partner, we can go through front toss. Guys, so the hit tracks we use a ton in our winter training programs. Obviously, being in a cold weather, stay indoors a lot of the time. Really important that we get ball feedback, so that we're not just hitting the ball 14 feet into a net, but obviously being able to observe the ball flight over a longer period of time. This really helps. The trainers here make swing adjustments with the athletes, trying to teach proper swing path, launch angles, really just using the data for the athlete's benefit, using exit velo, launch angle, distance, all that type of stuff. We can obviously monitor that and track that over time using the hit tracks. All right, guys, hey, similar to cage 3, cage 2 is gonna have a dual purpose for both our pitchers and our hitters. So in this one also, we've got mounts down there, got the 9 pocket set up down here. We can kind of alter the radar gun with the LED board to either 3, 2, or 1. So we can use that, basically in all the cages here, all of our pitching cages. They're helpful for helping guys, again, similar to the hit tracks. The radar gun gives our pitchers feedback on the pitches that they're making. So if we're trying to, go for a high intent day, obviously we use them a ton for pull downs or mound velos. We can also use them for pitch development and work on some off speed stuff. We can use them for simulated long toss. Again, similar to the hit tracks, being in a cold weather state, we don't get the chance to get outside as often as we'd like to. So we can start to monitor, instead of distance, we can monitor velocity over their training program. All right, guys, hey, let's go check out the self-feeding machine. All right, guys, in cage 1, we've got, this one is gonna be exclusively for fielding. You can do some throwing in here, not so much pitching, but we're gonna use it for our full distance pitching machine for the hitters. So I'll show you guys how to use that here. All right, guys, so one of our new additions here is our automatic self-feeding pitching machine. So basically the way it works is you can go ahead, you can turn the machine on with just one touch of a button here. It's gonna go ahead and tell you on the side how to set it to make different pitches. So if you wanna be hitting sliders or curveballs or changeups, whatever the case is, you can change the settings on the machine to go ahead and throw you that pitch. The second nice thing about this, and this is kind of a game changer, is you fill up the hopper here with all your baseballs. You can turn this guy on, and that's gonna start to spin the machine, and what it'll do is it'll actually, on a timing loop, it'll spit out the machine, it'll drop it down the ramp, and it's gonna go through the pitching machine, so you can actually don't have to have a partner to use this, which I think is super valuable for our clients. A lot of the guys will come in here and get reps in all on their own, just different times of the day. Sometimes they come in early morning, or they'll come in after practice, or maybe someone's not here to flips or to feed the machine for them. Helpful machine for helping guys get reps in on their own. So I think one of the big keys in training success is we want to be in the sweet spot of skill acquisition. We want to be right at the edge of our ability where success is attainable, but it is challenging, but we're not being overwhelmed by the challenge of it either. Self-feeding machine that's going to throw multiple pitches at us. or throwing into the 9 pocket, or using the radar gun to try and reach and strive for a little bit more than we can currently do. That's where we want our athletes to stay. We want our athletes to be challenged but not overwhelmed. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna show you guys the last 2 cages in our facility, cage 4 and 5. We've got cages 4 and 5. We've got a divider here that we can separate the 2 cages here, but I always tell our guys, if you're looking to get mass swings in, if you want front toss, or if you're trying to see a bunch out of the machine, this is usually the setup that is most conducive for that, simply because it's just they're 40-foot cages, so it's less to pick up when you're done. Function of the machine, it's just a single wheel, it turns on with one switch of a button. You can dial up the velocity to anything you want. This is gonna be where most of our guys get the mass majority of their swings before they head over to cage 1 to use the automatic feeder or the off-speed pitching machine. Thank you guys for joining us on the facility tour. Hope to see you guys here soon. Make sure you come to the yard and get better.